lesson we're going to learn about sum and product of roots, all right? And what we'll do is we'll try to derive and use a formula for sum of product and roots, okay? What are we talking about? Well, I'm going to get straight into it. So if I were to factorize this, I've got 2x squared plus 10x plus 12. Okay, so the first thing I can do is I can take a common factor out of 2. So I'm going to take 2 out. And now I'm playing magic numbers with 6. So I've got this, 6, and I want to get to 5, so it's obvious it's going to be 2 or 3. So we've factorised this. And factorise is just another form of writing the same thing. So I can write this statement down. I can say that 2x squared plus 10x plus 12 is equal to this guy here. So 2x plus 3x plus 2. All right. But what are the roots of it? Well, the factorised form is really clear in showing us. And we go, therefore, x equals, and it's the opposite of this, so minus 3. And I should have written it differently. Minus 2 and minus 3. Okay? So the roots are minus 2 and minus 3. Now, this is going to help us explain what we're going to do next. So we're looking at the sum and product of these guys, because these are roots. Now, this is an example of one. We're going to do it in generalized form. So we have this, okay? So this is exactly what we have in the last slide, except we've got it in general form, and then we've got our roots. Here, our roots are x equals alpha and x equals beta, which is just from there, okay? So we know those things are equal, just like we had them equal here, okay? Say ax squared plus bx plus c gives us that, okay? So what we're going to do is that we're going to play around with it a little bit, okay? So I'm going to rub this out and we're going to play around with it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use something there to give me something in terms of products, in terms of roots, okay? And hopefully we'll get to products and sum. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to divide both sides by a. Then you get rid of a there, get rid of a there, and then you get a there and a there. So, yeah, hopefully you can see that now. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to FOIL this side here. So expand these two brackets. So what am I left with? I'm going to get x squared by itself, which is really good, plus b over a x, so that's just down from there, plus c over a. And then as I FOIL, I'm going to get x squared minus xb minus alpha x, and then plus alpha beta, okay? If you don't know how to FOIL, that's something you probably need to learn, okay, because it's assumed knowledge at the time. Now I'm going to fix this up a little bit, so let's keep going. I'm going to go x squared plus b over ax plus c over a, and it's going to get x squared. Now I'm going to take a common factor of x out. So minus x, I'm actually going to take a common factor of minus x out. And we're left with alpha plus beta, and then I've just got alpha beta. All right. Now what happens here is that we actually have something, okay? X squared is equal to x squared because they're equal. We proved that here. Okay, well, we didn't prove it. We just assumed that from previous knowledge. So that means that the coefficient or everything in front of the x here has to, I'm going to use a different color. This guy here has to equal everything got to do with x there. All right, so I'm going to write that down. B over A equals minus alpha plus beta. Okay. Now let's keep going. So that means that the constant here is equal to this. So that means that alpha beta is equal to C over A. Okay. And in actual fact, that is the sum product of roots, except I have to move this negative to the other side. So I've got alpha plus beta equals negative B over A. Now, what was alpha and beta? They were just the roots. In the last question, alpha and beta were -2 and -3. Okay? So if I had -2 and -3 and I multiply them together, so let me use, so -2 times -3, what do I get? I get +6. Now, what did it say that the formula for alpha times beta is C over A? In this question, C was 12, A was 2. What's 12 divided by 2? It's 6. And the same thing works out for this guy here, all right? Now, this you'll be given in the formula sheet, so you can use it time and time again. All right, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to try get formulas for this guy and this guy, but now with a cubic. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing. So the first thing, I'm going to divide everything by A. So I get A, and then I'm going to, well, no more A's, so divide both sides by A, cross, 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 and then I've got to go A over all of these. So I get x cubed plus b over ax squared plus c over ax plus d over a. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to FOIL these two together, which will be exactly the same thing as what we got before. So we got x squared minus x alpha plus, well, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it as alpha and minus x beta plus alpha beta. And then I'm going to ski jump it with this guy here. So we're going to get x cubed minus x alpha, and I've done something wrong. That is not y, that is gamma. Okay? So alpha gamma minus x beta gamma plus, I'm a bit confused now, so I'm going to do it again. All right, let's do this ski jump again. X cubed minus x squared alpha minus x squared beta plus alpha beta x. Now let's ski jump the negative gamma. So I'm going to get negative x squared gamma plus x alpha gamma plus x beta gamma. And then last and not least, we're going to get minus alpha beta gamma. Okay? Now I'm going to group everything that's x cubed. Well, x cubed, there's only one. I'm going to group everything that's x squared. So I'm going to go minus x squared. And then I've got alpha plus beta. And I've got one more over here plus gamma. Now I'm going to collect everything that's x. So let's go plus x. And I have everything that's x. If you're following it, it will be this guy, and this guy. And what happens is that we've got two of them. So we've got alpha beta plus alpha gamma plus beta gamma. Okay, and last but not least, we have this guy here. So it's just going to be minus alpha beta gamma. All right. And now all this still equals this guy here. All right. So now we can equate things. Okay. So x cubed still equals x cubed. But what does x squared, what do those ones equal? Well, we get alpha plus beta plus gamma it actually equals minus b over a. So I've got minus, and then I've got b over a. So the sum of the roots in the cubic equal this. What about the product, which is this guy here? So alpha, beta, gamma equals, that's just going to be the constant. So it equals this, and I'm going to move this negative to this side here. So it's going to be minus d over a. And finally, we've got an extra one that we didn't have in the last one, which was a quadratic, is that we actually have that the sum of these products is going to equal C over A. So alpha beta plus alpha gamma plus beta gamma equals C over A. Now, I want to tell you one thing. This, and this are all on your formula sheet, so you'll be able to use them, okay? Just as long as you know what they are, okay? So that's explanation of how we get sum and product of roots. Peace out.